Hello Vibes Tribe, and welcome to the Love Yourself course. My name is Edith, and I am so excited and honored to guide you through this YIN yoga practice for the heart chakra. So for this YIN yoga practice, we will be holding each pose anywhere from about 2 to 5 minutes so that we can really offer ourselves the opportunity to find deep release and healing. All you need is yourself, a comfortable and safe place to practice. If you have any yoga blocks, feel free to bring them in, as well as if you have a yoga bolster, feel free to bring that in as well. Now, if you don't have a bolster, you can grab a blanket or a towel that we can roll up and use in the same way as we'll be using a bolster for a couple of our poses. So, this yoga practice is designed to help you align with the energy of self-love and to open your heart to both giving and receiving love so that you can move forward in your life grounded in this positive energy and in deep healing. I am so excited. Get your most comfortable clothes on and meet me on the mat. All right, friends, let's begin our Yin yoga journey today. We're going to get started on all fours in a tabletop position. So slowly come onto your mat, bringing the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And we're just gonna allow the spine to get moving. So as you inhale, drop the belly button down, open the heart, and reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling. This is our cow pose. Let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths here, letting the heart open and the belly drop down. And we'll take our last inhale. Exhale, reverse, taking cat pose. Find a deep arch in the back and allow the head and neck to hang between your shoulders. And again, we'll take 3 deep breaths here. Really pushing the floor away. And exhaling. Let's take that one more time. Inhale slowly into cow pose. Open your heart. Really encourage a nice opening through the entire chest, pulling the shoulders back as we breathe into our cow pose. Taking one last inhale. Exhale, reverse, cat pose, push the floor away, opening the back of our hearts, really surrender the head and the neck. And we'll take our final inhale. Exhale, come back to your neutral tabletop position. Great job. We're gonna tuck all 10 toes and gently sit back onto our heels. So if this is a little bit too intense for the feet, you can release and simply sit on top of the feet. So it's whatever is most comfortable for you. I'll be sitting on the toes. Now from here, inhale, open up the arms nice and wide. Gaze upward, open the throat, the heart. Exhale, wrap the arms around your body, right arm on top. Fingertips reaching around to the backs of the shoulders. And we're just giving ourselves a nice big hug here. So you can close the eyes and really tap into the essence of what it feels like to offer yourself this physical expression of love, of support. And just breathing into that, knowing that you're worthy of receiving love, of feeling loved. And that right here and now we are embodying this. Maybe finding a gentle sway as you enjoy this hug. And on your next exhale, release. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, open wide, gaze upwards, stretch the throat, stretch the chest. Exhale, give yourself a hug. This time, left arm goes on top. Fingertips reach around to the back of the shoulder blade. Maybe this time, you'd like to drop the chin to the chest. Taking 3 breaths in this beautiful hug of self-love. And our last breath here. Slowly lift the head. Release the arms. We'll come off of the feet and return back to our neutral tabletop position. From here, we'll do our best to keep the hips over the knees as we come into our puffy pose. So another heart and shoulder opener. I'm going to start by taking a big step forward with the hands and then gently guiding my heart down to the earth. You can rest your forehead on the mat. And we feel this big stretch under the shoulders, the armpits, and through the heart center. We'll rest here for the next couple minutes, but remember, if you're ever feeling discomfort or pain, you can always come out early. And we'll take our last deep breath here. And to release, we can press into the floor to lift the head and the chest, but we're actually just gonna slide all the way forward onto our bellies for Sphinx pose. So bring your elbows underneath the shoulders, forearms are parallel, and legs are extended out behind us. Now we're going to firmly press into the earth so that we can lengthen up through the spine. So much space between the ears and shoulders here. And we're focusing on pulling the heart forward towards the top of the mat. So if this compression in the lower back is a little bit too intense, you'll simply walk the elbows a little further forward, and that will make this a gentler pose. Now begin to breathe deep and do your best to keep a nice long spine here as we once again open up our beautiful heart space. And just take a moment to notice if you've lost any of that length, if the shoulders have started to sneak up towards the ears. And if you can, just once again lengthen out. We're only here for a few more breaths. And we'll take our last inhale. Exhale to roll the heart down. We'll bring the palms under the shoulders and push up and back through tabletop so that we can find a seated position. Now, as we come into this seat, we're going to take butterfly pose. So bring the soles of the feet together. Make sure there's a lot of space between the heels and the body. Let the knees fall open. And so you can grab your feet, the ankles, whatever feels best. We're gonna sit up nice and tall on the inhale, find that length. Exhale, start to guide the heart forward. Drop the chin to the chest and hang the head when you have arrived at your natural fold. And then really relax the shoulders, let them round forward. We wanna focus on opening up the back of the heart space. At the same time, finding deep release and nourishment through the hips and the lower back. If you have a pillow, you can rest your head on it here. But again, we'll stay in our butterfly fold for the next few minutes. And we'll take our final few deep breaths here. And when you are ready, we'll begin to slowly rise up. You can use the support of the hands to help you roll up through the spine. Roll the shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath as you arrive here, sitting nice and tall. And then gently take the hands to the outer thighs to bring the knees together. We'll plant the feet in front of us, knees to the sky, and then point the fingertips away from you, reach the hands behind. Really roll the shoulders back to guide the heart forward, gaze upwards, and just drop both knees down to the left. They don't need to come to the floor. We just want to stretch the outer hip. Continue breathing, inviting the chest, the throat to open, and the shoulders to ground down and back. Take your last breath, and we'll bring the knees back through center. Keep the heart nice and open, pulling forward as we drop the knees to the right. Opposite side. A few moments to breathe here. We'll take our last deep breath here. And we slowly guide the knees back through center. And we'll bring the legs into a crisscrossed position. So sit up nice and tall, shoulders down. We'll plant our left hand by our side, getting ready for a nice side body stretch. Inhale, right arm to the ceiling, finding length as we breathe in. Exhale, lean to the left. So big stretch down the right side body. You can gaze down if that feels good. But use your inhale to find expansion and exhale to soften further. Last inhale breath. Exhale up through center. Switch arms, so bring the right hand down. Left arm reaches up to the sky as we breathe in. Exhale, lean to the right. Breathing into that left side, expanding through your rib cage. Breathing out, finding softness. Last inhale. Exhale, coming up through center. Beautiful. We're going to move into our Gomukhasana pose. So again, a heart, a chest, and shoulder opener. And we have an option to add on some hips as well. So two options. Option number one, if you're more comfortable here in a crisscross seat, I encourage you to just stay like this. If you'd like to go deeper into the hips, we will take the left leg and fold it fully in so that my left heel is near that right hip. Now from here, I'm just gonna stack my right leg on top. I'm gonna see if I can guide that right knee to stack over the left knee so that my right heel is beside the left hip. But if I'm something more like this, that's absolutely okay. Just come into the position that feels right for your body. We don't wanna force anything. So you're here or in your crisscross seat. Let's add on the arm. So I'm going to reach my right arm up towards the sky and bend at the right elbow. My right hand is going to reach to the base of the neck, right? So I can pull that right elbow back and open up this front right side of my shoulder and chest. Now I'm gonna reach my left arm behind, bend the left elbow, and the back of my left hand reaches up towards my upper middle back. It's possible that you may be able to link the fingers together, but if not, don't worry about it. If you're here, that's absolutely okay too. So come into the version of the pose that's available. And then from here, wherever you are, widen the elbows, pull them back, gaze upwards. Start to breathe. We'll take a moment to ground ourselves here as we find opening and release. Most importantly, see if you can lift the chin away from the chest, even just slightly. Continuing to open up the elbows, to breathe into the place where you're feeling the most sensation. We'll take just a few more moments to breathe. Notice if you've let the chin drop down or the elbows pull forward. And once again, find that sensation of openness. We'll take our final inhale breath. Exhale to slowly and gently release the arms. Now before we go to the other side, we'll take a little forward fold. Whether you're in that crisscross seat or that knees stacked pose, you can do this either way. Sit up tall, gently walk the hands forward, and maybe you're just leaning on the palms, or maybe you're able to come down to the forearms to rest. Now you can relax the head and the neck here as we again breathe deep. And we'll take a few more breaths here. And when you feel ready, again, using the hands for support, lift the upper body. Now, if you have the knees stacked, we'll release. You can stretch them out long in front, maybe just give them a nice shake to reset. And we'll switch. If you had crisscross legs, you can switch as well and place the opposite leg in front of you. So for knees stacked, we'll first put the right leg underneath, right heel beside the left hip, stacking the left knee on top, left heel beside our right hip. Now let's come into Gomukhasana with the upper body. Left arm reaches up, bend at the left elbow, so the palm of my hand is reaching for the base of my neck. My right arm reaches up and back. Maybe again those fingertips come together, or maybe there's quite a bit of space between the palms, and that's absolutely okay. Wherever you have arrived, we embrace that. Now open the shoulders, gaze upward just slightly, and begin to breathe into this heart opener. Now it's okay if this side feels quite different from the other side. We are just breathing with whatever we discover. Notice if the chin has dropped to the chest or if the elbows have started to round forward. And again, invite in that opening sensation. We've just got another short moment here, so do your best to keep breathing. And we'll take our final few deep breaths here. And when you're ready, very slowly releasing the arms one at a time. So whether you're in this knee stacked pose or in that general crisscross position, that's okay. We're going to come into our little forward fold now. So lengthen the spine, walk the hands forward. Fold to the level that feels good in the hips. Remember, you can stay supported by the palms or maybe come down to the forearms. Breathe into the hips as we relax here. Taking our last few breaths in our fold. And when you are ready, start to rise up out of that. Everyone uncross the legs, whatever position they were in. Stretch them out in front of you. Maybe just give them a gentle shake to find that release and reset. And then from here, we'll be setting up for our supported fish. And so if you have a yoga bolster or a large bolster-like pillow, you can absolutely use that. But if you don't, I will quickly show you how to turn a blanket or a towel into a bolster. So if you have a blanket or a towel, you're going to want to fold it into a small rectangle of about this size. And then from here, I'm simply going to roll it up into a cylinder. You can even do this with 2 towels to get a thicker bolster. And here's my bolster. It's gonna work just fine. So I'll show with the blanket first. I'm gonna place this at the top middle of my mat, and then I'm gonna sit directly in front of it. So I'm not sitting on it, I'm just sitting in front of it. I'll stretch the legs out long in front of me as I start to make my way to lying on the back. Now, for the towel or blanket, you're gonna wanna scoot it up so that it's right between the shoulder blades and that the head has a place to rest. You really want the head to have support here and not be falling back towards the mat. Beautiful, so we have this lift from the chest. We're gonna open up the arms nice and wide, palms face up towards the ceiling as I gaze upwards. And we'll feel this big stretch through the front of the heart, the shoulders, and the arms. And this is where we'll breathe and relax. Just focus on letting your heart melt open. And on allowing love in. We'll rest here for the next few minutes. We'll take just a few more slow, deep breaths. We'll start to release. Very gently slide the arms down by your sides. We'll flip the palms so that they're on the mat, and then firmly press the elbows into the floor so you can find the support of the forearms and move your bolster, blanket, or towel. From here, we'll come to lying flat on our mat as we come into our final Shavasana, our resting pose. Feel free to take one hand over the heart and one over the belly as we take a minute to let the practice settle into our being. Slowly and gently begin to reawaken, wiggling fingers and toes. And we'll carefully make our way to a seated position. So roll onto one side and use the hands to guide you up. Coming into a comfortable seat, we'll bring the hands to the heart center and gently bow our heads, offering ourselves gratitude for showing up and taking time to care for ourselves, to embody self-love, because we are worthy of this now and forever. Thank you so much for joining me for this Heart Yin Yoga class. I hope that it has supported you and assisted you on your self-love journey. Make sure to continue working through the other practices we have in the Love Yourself course, and I will see you next time. Namaste.